What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Animated Apparel Company's YouTube channel. I am your resident superhero nerd, Aaron Waller, back again. And today I wanted to take a second to talk about the upcoming Disney Plus series, WandaVision. We're going to be talking release schedule, where we last saw these characters, theories, and things to keep your eye out for. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing you need to know is that, like other Disney Plus series, WandaVision will be released weekly. And it's expected to have about 9 episodes this season, starting this January 15th, this upcoming Friday. And it's essentially going to be coming out every single Friday, more or less filling that void of The Mandalorian. Now I'm sure you're asking yourself, Aaron, we haven't even seen Scarlet Witch since Avengers Endgame, and we haven't seen Vision since Avengers Infinity War. What have these characters been up to? Well, to be honest, I don't know, but we'll find out. But if you recall, the last time we saw Wanda Maximoff was during the Battle of Earth, as well as the last time we saw Vision was when he was getting the soul gem ripped out of his head by Thanos at the end of Avengers Infinity War. And to be honest, I think that's where we can get some hints as to where this series might be going. Now, a lot of speculation surrounding WandaVision is that the series is completely taking place inside of Scarlet Witch's head, which there are a couple of nuggets of information that we've seen in trailers, and based on her power set of magic and mind manipulation, it kind of makes sense. Not to mention there's a specific call out to Wanda to sort of like wake up or come back, what sounds like from Captain America from what I could hear, which leads us to believe that she has to come back to reality. She's not currently in the everyday reality. But I have a different theory. I think this series is more likely to be taking place inside of Vision's mind, or possibly even the Soul Gem, as Wanda tries to piece him back together and bring him back to life. And I think by placing inside of Vision's mind rather than in Scarlet Witch's, we get a little bit more puzzle pieces to try and fit together in the overall narrative of the story, as we start to figure out that maybe the sitcom style that this series takes on in a couple of the episodes may be more based in like the 50s and 60s, which is more likely a time that Vision was able to research when he was being brought to life, as he has access basically to all information on the internet, and not so much Wanda, although it could be more of a fantasized version of something that she may have seen on TV as a kid. Based on her upbringing in Sokovia, I kind of doubt that that's where we're going here, and I feel like it's more likely to be related to Vision than to Scarlet Witch. And then there's the Vision comic from 2015-2016, which was written by Tom King, in which it basically sees Vision want to be a normal person. He creates a whole other android family that he tries to live out a perfect life with. So a lot of the inspiration for the show might be very much driven from that. And considering that Vision is the main character of that Vision comic, most likely it'll take place in Vision's mind more than Scarlet Witch's. But then again, there's Agnes, the seemingly normal, lovely next-door neighbor played by Kathryn Hahn. Now, the only Agnes that I could find in any Marvel comics is actually a witch. Actually, not just any witch, a witch that trained Wanda Maximoff to become a witch herself. So most likely, she's going to have some big connection with Scarlet Witch. Now, this is where it's going to be interesting, because she can either be a huge ally or could be the one pulling the strings and end up being the villain of the series, considering Wanda kind of has a decent grasp on her powers, as she's been able to learn them throughout the MCU, growing up in Sokovia and having her powers with her brother and fighting against the Avengers. She kind of has it under control, maybe not all the time, but this could definitely lead into a problem where maybe she's either a big help in getting it under control, or she could be really seeking out some power that Wanda may have that she doesn't. We will hopefully find out a lot of the answers to these questions and more as the series' first episode, as I mentioned, drops January 15th. And although I would have to say this is not necessarily my ideal choice for the launch of Disney Plus series, or at least my favorite characters within the MCU to have their spin-off first, I think that Scarlet Witch is going to be a major player in the MCU moving forward for Phase 4 and beyond, as she's already confirmed in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, as well as maybe some other franchises, including Spider-Man 3. So there could be a lot of things centered around Wanda Maximoff, possibly being more of a catalyst of what events to come. I'm not entirely sure, but let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Do you think this is going to be a great Disney Plus series? Is it a great launching off point? What are you excited to see in WandaVision? Let me know all that down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos from me or the rest of the AAC crew. And be sure to check out animatedapparelcompany.com for any of your Marvel, DC, Star Wars, any nerdy merch you may need. They can definitely hook you up. Other than that, thank you guys so much for having me once again, and I hope to see you in the next one.